it's okay if you spin the block a little bit, but you so hot where it's like, can't.
Now that's what I feel. I'm like, back then they did want me, now I'm hot, they all on me?
Stop
Hell
it.
no.
Exactly.
Now that disgusts me.
Exactly.
If you didn't get it, got it. Good.
Right. If you didn't get it then, you're not going to really understand it now.
Right.
You're in the right place. It's Unpack That with me and Belle. Unpack That with me and Belle. Coco Jones, you are in the building, in the flesh. Welcome, girl.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, look, I've been waiting on you for a very long time. Actually, when you first signed to Def Jam, EP and J.O., they hit me up like, yo, we got this girl, Coco Jones. She's a star. You got to talk to her.
Aww.
She's on Belair. And, you know, I've been watching, so I already knew that. But the musical aspect to it. So excited, especially now that the EP is doing its thing.
Yes.
We're going to talk more about the music. But first, I got to give you your flowers and, of course, congratulate you on everything. I like to brag on my guests.
Oh, Lord.
Because I feel like they have to hear it. Okay?
Ew, let's go.
Yeah. Come on, Gold. Come on, number one. You're doing it, and you're doing it well. The show is doing amazing, of course. The music is hitting everybody. When I say everybody, I'm talking about the men's, the women's, the theys, the thems. Everybody is loving you right now, and I hope that you feel it, and you're embracing it and really living in the moment.
Thank you. Yes, I am definitely living in the moment. I think I have to, because I really learned, man, you can really stress to try to figure out how these things are going to happen.
Right.
And it won't change when they're going to happen and how.
Right.
So I don't want to do that anymore. I already did that.
And you've been in this game for a really long time. Since this has been your only situation, right? Entertainment.
Yes.
Or have you had regular jobs?
I've never had a regular job. I would volunteer and stuff because sometimes I would be so focused on what wasn't happening that I just would go do like anything else. So I'd volunteer a lot.
Right. What were some volunteer work that you did growing up?
I remember one time I was volunteering at this library. They was going out of business and they couldn't afford to pay nobody. But I was like, I'll volunteer.
How old were you?
Dusty as hell in there. I think I was like 15.
I used to work at the library.
Really?
Yeah, but
wow.
in my 20s, early 20s. I was working in radio and working at the library because I'm also a book girl.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so you were getting your volunteer on.
Yes, I did that. I volunteered at a older folks facility.
Really?
Yes, I did that.
Did you sing to them?
I didn't sing to them.
No?
They didn't know I could sing.
No?
I just wanted to be regular and just not, I didn't want it to be about me at all.
Right. Now, because you grew up in entertainment and, you know, pursuing that path, I'm assuming you weren't somebody who always walked around singing. Like, I'm thinking about the girls in school who could sing and they was just always humming just so people could know that they had a tone. So you were keeping it on the low?
Oh, no. They knew. I was like, y'all, this is my last summer with you guys because I'm about to be Hannah Montana. So let's go ahead and say our goodbyes, our hellos and goodbyes, because you're not going to see me next year. I'm going to be a star.
Right.
I was very certain about where I was going to go.
Right.
But actually, I wouldn't sing on purpose. I would sing like second nature. Like I'd be in class and they'd be like, Courtney, this is math, not music class. So I would get in trouble for that all the time. I'd be like, dang, I didn't even know I was singing.
Really? And then what about at home? Because I know your family, I'm sure they, you know, push you to do all of the things that you loved. Was it ever like, girl?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They definitely supported
Put the mic down.
everything. But they would get so fed up at me just, like, at home, I would just try stuff. I'm like, how high can I sing? So I'd be up there like I would just do the most. Or, like, sometimes when there was not a lot of people, it'd be, like, an echo.
Right.
So I'd be like, I'm just always doing something with my voice. So, yeah, my siblings, they would be pissed for real. They'd be like, you got to stop.
Do your siblings have any musical talent, too? I know your brother plays.
Yes. My brother plays professional football.
Right.
And he plays for Atlanta.
Okay.
And my sister, she plays volleyball in college.
Oh.
And actually, yes, I feel like my family, majority of them can pretty much sing. My dad and my older brother, they cannot hold a note, though.
But your mother, I know.
But my mother carries, for sure. My brother and sister are actually really good, though. Like, I think they're good. Like, they're good to me.
Right.
But my sister is so, like, shy with it. She would never, ever sing. She would only sing funny style, like to be laughing. But my brother can sing. One time, I caught him, he was singing on the phone to some girl. Yeah, I was like, ooh, I'm telling Mom.
I love that.
The hell is this? This ain't no damn poetic justice.
I have a theory that all black people could carry a note.
I think for the majority, we can carry a note.
Yeah.
I really think so.
I think so,
I think
too.
it's in our blood.
Right. Did you
Yeah.
grow up in the church, too?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause
absolutely.
I hear it in the music.
Yes.
I hear it in the talk. I see it on Instagram. You just sitting down, joyful, joyful.
Yes, I definitely grew up in the church, and I feel like I get a lot of my inspiration from gospel music in the field, connecting like spirits, you know?
Yeah.
When it's really a powerful song, it's bigger than your ears. I feel like it's in your heart that you're hearing, you know? And you're listening like with your spirit. So I feel like I try to always bring that feeling when I make music. Like these are hearts to hearts, humans to humans talking, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like music is powerful. So I always try to be intentional with what I'm saying. I don't want to leave the world a darker place. I want to leave the world a lighter place with my music.
Yeah,
it's powerful
for sure.
like that.
And you're giving it to us. Let's talk gospel. Because I seen you on stage with Mary.
Yes.
And you was hitting them notes and the ad-libs.
Yes, I was.
That particular song, It's the God in Me, right?
Yes.
I remember, you know, my radio was always on because I didn't have a TV in my room growing up. And I remember hearing it and thinking, it was on Hot 97, by the way.
Right.
This is a gospel song.
Right.
And I'm like, is this the right? Am I dreaming?
Right.
'Cause
Right.
It is that
It definitely
bop,
crossed
too.
over. It's heavily a bob. Heavily.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now, gospel, Shackles? You a Shackles
absolutely.
Because I have a praise
Absolutely.
dance to Shackles.
You have a praise dance
Absolutely.
to Shackles?
I might show you another
Okay.
day.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were getting dinner and a show.
Right.
Of course, I love
What
gospel.
else?
I love. I listened to Cece Winans a lot growing up. I listened to Marvin Satt.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Come on with it.
So bad. Love him so bad.
Never could have made it.
Okay. Woo. There's this guy that I also like, Jason Nelson. He has a song called I'm Nothing Without You. It's really good.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. I think he has one called Trust, too. Or maybe that's someone else.
I think we're talking about, he
the
has
Nelson.
a song with one word that's kind of newer, too. I think we might be talking about the same word. No. He's like chocolate.
See, wrong.
We don't know. But yeah, I love gospel music. I think it's really crazy how I feel like it's like a common thing in Black culture. It's like it's like a part of our language, you know?
Right.
Like, won't he do it? Like we've made gospel like the way we talk,
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I like
it's
that we
beautiful.
do that. Yeah,
And it's very an us thing.
it is for sure.
And that's what kind of brings us together, I feel. It's in the tone, like you said.
It is. But I want gospel to be everywhere.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I love that it's our thing, but I feel like it's really such a beautiful way of making music that I would want it to be everywhere. You know?
I agree. I think it's something about the soul that, you know, you either have it or you don't. But you can also love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree. I agree. Everyone should partake.
They need it.
Okay.
On stage with Mary.
Yeah.
What was the energy like?
I mean, honestly, I was feeling the presence of the Lord.
Right.
I felt very, very grateful in that moment because those lyrics really hit. You don't know how much I prayed.
Right.
You don't know how much I gave. Come on. I was like, this is too much. I'm not finna cry up here on this stage.
Right.
But I'm gonna tap in because I feel those lyrics. And that's another thing about gospel music that I feel like is so powerful. Like, what those lyrics mean can be so personal to every person. You can go right to the situation you were in, are in. You know what I'm saying? What something your family's been through.
Right.
It all can really speak the same language.
Right.
That one song can speak the same language to everyone who hears it. And that is powerful.
Yeah.
So I felt that power on stage.
For that part in particular, like you said, you don't know how much I gave, you don't know how much I prayed. You know, do you feel like, in particular to your situation, because you grew up in entertainment, that some people even think that, you know, it was kind of given to you in a way because of the family that you come from, or because you've been in it so long, and those who don't know may have think that you kind of popped up out of nowhere. Is that why those lyrics resonate with you, or is that just a general thing?
I think you don't know how much I prayed really resonates because if it was given, I would have got it earlier.
Right.
Like if it was something that could have been bought or easily found,
You would have
there'd be
been
nothing
had
to
it.
pray for, you know? I was always praying for things to change the way that I just knew that one day they would be. And it doesn't matter really, I feel like, what family I came from, because at the end of the day, I'm still a Black girl in this industry.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what strings anyone can pull besides you yourself continuing to show up and push past the opposition.
Right.
And my dad played football. It's a completely different industry.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, if anything, we as a family, they don't know how much we prayed. Because going to LA every year since I was 9 years old was not cheap.
Right.
Like, I'm one of 4 people. Like, I'm one of 4 siblings. We all had dreams, all had extracurriculars, all had things that had to be bought. And you know what I'm saying? My dad was always going to have to stay with my other siblings, and me and my mom go. Everyone made sacrifices. My siblings didn't get to be with their mom. I didn't get to hang out with my dad as much. I was gone, especially when things started picking up. Then we were really gone, you know? So it's not like it was handed to anybody. We didn't know what to do, you know? And there were times where we barely had it to do. But my family, I think my dad playing professional football made him so adamant on being passionate about what you do that he was like, I was so passionate, they were going to figure out a way to just keep pushing.
Yeah, regardless of it.
And it was a cost.
Yeah.
That was a price.
And going through your like work history and like just seeing how far you've come, that to me was the eye opener where I'm like, damn, she's been doing this forever.
Yes.
And it's now paying off in a way that, you know, gives me goosebumps, makes you cry when you get your gold plaque because you've really been putting that work in since you were 9 years old.
Yeah.
Even the transition, Disney, like a lot of people don't make it out of Disney.
I know, right? No, it's really
A lot of people don't make it out of Disney. They don't.
It's really true.
And the time that you were doing your Disney run, how old are you? If you
Right
don't
now,
mind me
25.
asking.
I don't mind.
So you're 25, I'm
Yes.
30.
Okay.
The age gap there is not that big, but when you were doing Disney, I wasn't watching Disney.
Yeah.
Right? So to even read back and see that these were the shows that you were on and just that transition. Congratulations. I'm going to just clap.
The silent pause took me out so bad. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because that's a big deal, I feel.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Now, talk to me about, you know, when you first started auditioning and kind of what feels were you getting as a child? I always wonder, like, what is it like for a kid to go in a room and audition for, you know, a role like that and just be so in tune with acting, singing, and just, you know, being a performer at a young age. I think about my nieces and nephew. I can't even get them to sit and, like, do anything. You know what I mean?
That is funny. As a child, auditioning, of course, I do remember being nervous, but I just wanted the payoff so bad that I would just push past the nervousness. And it would always only be in the beginning.
Right.
And I was very resilient. I mean, I don't think I was that good at acting for a really long time.
Really?
Like, I look back at some of my auditions and I'm like, ew.com, too much. But I think, like, I just kept going. I didn't care. Sometimes I would actually really get sad, though, because I would audition for shows, not get them, and then watch them become my peers' favorite shows. And I'd be like, okay, this is personally really not helping me with my journey. But I just couldn't stop. Like,
would you watch the shows?
Oh, no.
No? Oh,
Nar. I'm like, I'm sure they didn't eat that.
Right.
But then I'm like, girl, you was not good enough for that show. You really needed more time. You be glad they didn't. I look back at it and I'm like, it's just so funny to watch now because I just see the passion in myself. And that's what kept me going. It was just passion. I was sure this was my purpose.
Right.
You know? And I remember one time my sister was like, I wanna audition too. I wanna try. And so my mom was like, okay, come on. Right. So we sat in the waiting room with all the kids. Their turn. My sister was like, when is it my turn? Girl, by the time it was her turn, she forgot her lines and was ready to go.
Really?
Yes.
Did they
just
start
wasn't her passion.
like, hey, lights, camera, action?
No. It was like an audition. It was like an audition. But by the time it was close to her turn, she was already over it. She was like, I don't even want to do this no more. She was like, this is what y'all be doing? You wait to say one page about a commercial about Pop-Tarts?
Right.
I'm out of here. You know? But I was over there like, blueberry, how can I? Pop-Tart, pop. Like I'm obsessed. I don't even know what time it is because I'm just thinking, what can I do on stage to make a very pop time? Like I don't know why. It was just my passion.
It's in you.
It's just in me. It was just in me.
Who were you looking at around that time as inspiration? Like, who were your favorite characters? Was Raven one of them?
Now, Miss Gurleys,
Come
you
on.
already know.
Beyonce of Disney.
Of course.
You can gaze into the future.
Hello. And we're not even going to do all of that because she had ate so bad. Of course. You know what's crazy? I'm so crazy.
Tell me.
I used to watch Raven and make my own script of it. So I'd watch it, pause, type, play. It'd be Raven, Devon. I loved the Raven and Devon scenes. So I would just like do it to my mirror or whatever, and I'd pretend he was singing his line. I'd write his lines too. Ain't nobody else there to read it. But I would just do it like her. I was obsessed. Of course, I looked up to her. The Cheetah Girls, OMG, they sent me so bad. I was gagged.
Cheetah Girls,
I was like,
Cheetah Sisters.
Yes. I was like, y'all can sing, act, and dance in a movie all at one time.
Right.
And y'all are chocolate? What is this?
Beautiful.
So, girl, I would learn the choreo. I'd be up all night learning the choreo. And in the morning before school, everybody be running late because I'd be like, sit down. There's a show here for you.
Right.
And then I'd press play and I'd be like dancing in front of the TV. My siblings would be like, girl, if you don't get the entire... They were so ready to go. But yeah, I was really passionate.
Okay, so those were the inspirations. And I can see it all the way. I mean, I think all the Black girls, we were into that.
Okay.
For real.
And I honestly am so grateful, even for my journey, because I remember like when things were difficult for me, I would like, I watch a lot of interviews and I just wanted somebody else to say like, oh yeah, it was really hard for a while. It did not take the right amount of time. And like when I would hear it, I would hold on to that. Like when Destiny's Child first got dropped, I was like, okay, these things are normal.
Destiny's Child even got booed at a show before.
I have seen that. The sports one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was, girl,
These
I've
are
seen
things
it.
people don't remember or we remember, but like people don't acknowledge. Like, it's been hard. Beyonce deserves all of it.
And those things I held on to so tight in the midst of my uncertainty.
Right.
That's why I'm always so vocal, so transparent about how hard it actually was to get here, because I want the next girl to feel like it's normal that it's taking a while and I don't understand and I don't really know how things are going to work out, but I'm just going to keep pushing through.
Right.
Because a lot of the times to the normal person, it would seem crazy to still be trying, you know? And I couldn't listen to normal. I had to go with what I had to go with.
Delusional sometimes.
A little delulu.
A lot of delusional.
Just enough
You
to
gotta
keep the
be.
train moving. Yes.
You absolutely
do.
have to be.
You do.
And then one day you wake up and then you get a gold plaque and you start crying because
And that is hilarious.
all of the delulu times.
Okay.
It paid off.
It did. It definitely did.
And then God starts to make things a lot easier in a way.
Yeah.
Like, still struggles and different, but you're able to handle it.
I think the part that becomes easier is the confidence that it's all going to work out. You know, like when you start to see little things, I'm like,
it's coming.
Christ, thank you. Literally. So it just makes it easier for me to even dream bigger.
Right.
Because sometimes when it's looking rough, I would notice my own dreams would get like smaller and smaller and smaller until I was like, I don't even know if I really want to act anymore. Like, I don't know. Yes, I did.
Right.
I was just scared, you know? And so when things happen, it makes me dream bigger, you know? And be like, dang, I really should have trusted you. That was embarrassing of me. Sorry.
Yeah. What was a low moment for you that you can remember? That was like so tumultuous that you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm about to go work at CVS, because that was me like 2 days ago. I do that every week.
Please.
I'm going to the library.
Oh my gosh. You love the library, huh? That must be like your safe space. That's awesome.
I have a master's in book publishing.
Oh, wow. Oh, you live for it. Oh, you really about that.
When you're ready to publish your book, that's when I have my book publishing company, and then we could do it together.
Okay.
Because it's for the Black and Browns.
Period. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Thank
That
you.
is really cool. Okay, back to sadness. My
Right.
lowest point. There was definitely a low point where my mom had called me, and like whenever she has like kind of bad news, she'll be like, everything's gonna be okay. And she was like, everything's gonna be okay, but she was like, you're kind of running out of money. And she was like, you could always, you know, come back home and go to college and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't even remember what else she said, because I was just like,
Come back
dang.
home.
come back home
Right.
really, really
That hit
shook
different.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I know I'm not about to go back to all of these people that I told for all of these years
Yep.
that I'm going to be something else.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What am I going to do? Like, how is that going to look? It was really, really, really disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I always had enough hope. Sometimes it was like small, but that was when I was like, yo, I don't know. I don't know anymore, you
Right.
know? And that was hard. But it was always something close to that type of thing. And then something miraculous
What happened
would
right after?
happen. And I'd be like, well, now I cannot give up. I can't now.
Right.
Look at this. It would always be like that. Like, how the heck did this happen but God?
Right.
I was running on E here, you know? So it was low points, but I think I wasn't going to walk away until literally there was no choice. Literally. But girl, it was almost close a couple times.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I understand that sentiment all the way. And then, like you said, something always happens where God is like, nope, we're not done yet.
Yes, yes.
Put your shoes back on.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
That's so
Super grateful.
beautiful. Now, back to Disney. We're growing out of that space, right?
Yes.
Hollywood is getting weird. That's where I'm taking it. Holly weird. That was you, 2020.
That was. I did sing that.
Now, what was happening in Hollywood that made it so weird? Because sometimes I'll be like, God, why did you put me in this entertainment path? Because it's weird.
It's very strange. I used to be like, can you please just make me want to be a dentist? Like, I cannot.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say CBS, because it's the energy around.
Yeah.
It's the energy around this space, not the actual work. Because, of course, I know you love to sing, you love to act, you love to do, your passion, what God instilled in you to do. But the energy around it, sometimes it's just not good. That's what makes it weird.
Yeah.
And what makes you want to be a dentist when, Hollywood is getting fucking weird, bro. So, yeah, tell me about your weird Hollywood experiences.
Well, weird as in, I guess I was more meaning this is just not normal. All of the self-importance, all of the fakeness.
Right.
Like false promises. Who's really on your side here? Like, what is the real motive?
It's scary.
It's just like, this is too weird. You know, like, where's the authenticity? How about you just do your job and I'll do mine?
Right.
What is all of this other stuff, you know? And I think also at the time, I was kind of outside because I also was a child actor. So I didn't really I stopped going to real school. I was never there. I wasn't making the attendance minimum.
Were you being homeschooled?
I was homeschooled, yeah. And then I graduated early so I could move to LA at 17.
Okay.
But so I was kind of learning how to be a normal girl. Because what I was doing was not normal. I was working, and that's all I cared about. But I wanted to, like, what do girls care about?
Right.
Like, what do they do? I want to be where they at. So I found these girls that became like my USC girls. Like, those were my girls.
Where'd you find them?
So basically this guy I had a crush on in this movie, he was like, come to this USC party. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
First party. I was so green, dude. I was so green. It was like cute.
Right.
But then I was also like,
what'd you wear?
That's weird. Something not giving, because I was not eating. I did not know how to put on a look.
Right.
Literally, like, the girls would be like in all black, and I'd be like, fuchsia jumpsuit, coming at you live. Literally, I was like, ooh, okay. I am definitely the odd one out here. But as I got older, I figured it out.
Right.
But yeah, so I met them through this guy, and he had all female friends, and I was like, don't live for that. So then I stopped talking to him. But I loved his friends. I was like, I like y'all though. So I started kicking it with them, and that's when I got to like. One thing I do really appreciate.
That's why he was friends with them.
Right. They're pretty cool. I did appreciate that even with the lack of success in my career at that time, my personal development was growing OD. Like, I was actually having things to write songs about because I was really living, you know?
Yes.
And that's another thing that made it Holly weird because I would go to parties. I would be where your favorites was at, fill in the blank, and they would not be happy.
Right.
I did not like their vibes.
Yep.
I didn't want that.
Very
I didn't want to
stiff.
go over there either.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, what is going on here? Yeah.
I'm really happy you had that experience.
Me too.
I'm really happy you had that experience.
Me too.
Because it's very grounding.
Yes.
And like, honestly, like you said, that's where you get all the content, real life.
That's true. And I think also coming from being a child actor, if you don't have some sense of normalcy, that's when you are gone.
Yeah.
That's when it's too late. When people stop treating you like you're a regular person and they start looking at the dollar signs and wanting to keep whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
That's when you're gone.
To be honest, that's why I think you were able to transition so smoothly now that you say that was your experience. Because at first, just looking at it on paper, I'm like, how is she, like, you're so cool, you're so relatable, you're so fun. I'm like, Disney taught her how to be this way? Or like, working since 9 years old? There had to be some sort of normalcy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that shows in your growth, and it also shows in, you know, the energy that you bring.
Yeah.
And, oof, girl, it's important. Please, keep it.
Thank you. I definitely will. I think I have no choice because I got so humbled. Like, people are like, you're so grounded. I'm like, I got humbled.
What humbled you?
Like, I just was so sure. Okay, so I thought after Let It Shine and everything, I thought it was up for me.
Yeah,
like,
done.
Ain't no way
right.
I'm not finna eat y'all up permanently for the rest of my life. I was just so sure. And there was all this stuff that was supposed to happen. You know, I got signed, supposed to do a TV show. It was all like, I told y'all, here we go.
Right.
And then it all faded away.
Right.
So I was humbled down. And it made me look at all of these things like icing on the cake, but they can never be the cake again because that broke my heart.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And I would want to know that. I would rather know that than to think of the industry as how I used to think of it. Like, when I'm booked, I'm valuable. When they're saying it's good, I'm good as a actual talented person. But that's just not, that cannot be healthy, and that was not going to maintain. And I would have gone crazy thinking of the industry that way. Yeah. So painful experience, but now I look at all of this from such a different perspective that it'll never make me question me again. Right. Ever.
Because it shows you that you're the magic. You're the one who brings, you know, the oomph, the passion, the everything to the actual, whatever it is that you're doing, the network, the label, the whatever the hell. Yeah. It's you, not them.
And it showed me too that at the end of the day, everybody's chasing peace. These little accomplishments equated to peace for me, but they are not consistent. And I have to go where peace is consistent and let all these other things be additional benefits. Yeah. And that's only between me and God.
Ooh, girl. Come on with it. Come on, sermon. Now, Hollywood gets weird. Yes. You know, you find your friends. You're able to, you know, ground yourself in a way, have that sense of normalcy. Now we know what to talk about in the music. Yeah. We talking about the boys. Okay. The dude who had all them girlfriends. Who wasn't feeling that.
Right.
Now.
Sorry, sir.
Right. And then Belair happens, too. Yeah. Now, before watching, I didn't know what I was going to get because I'm tired of like the sequels and reinventions of things that were already great. And I'm just like, please. And one of my homegirls, Marie, she was like, girl, you got to watch it. Peacock, girl, I'm going to give you mine. I'm like, you got to pay? She like, girl, first episode is free. Watch the first episode, and then I'm going to give you my password if you like it.
She real.
Because, you know, it's so funny. I don't pay for any subscription that I have. Netflix.
Everybody letting you use their account.
Everybody.
Not the freeloading.
Look, it doesn't even happen that way. It happens so naturally.
That's so nice, though. That is so nice.
I might pay for one. Maybe Disney Plus. I don't know. I think I had to for my nieces.
Per girl, you saving about $40 at the end of the month.
Netflix, HBO.
Because they add up.
They do.
Like, ooh, y'all got me. Y'all got me this month.
Do I pay for Hulu? I don't think so. But anyway, Peacock. I'm watching and I'm like, shit, this is really good. And the flip of the characters too. Like, who would have known? Hillary. Hillary. Do people call you that in the street?
Yes.
They do? Does it bother you?
No.
No?
Be like, hey, y'all.
Yes, me, Hillary. Now, that character switch, how did that feel for you? And did you know that's what you were going to be walking into originally?
Did I know what?
Just the character switch and like, you know, how...
Oh, I see.
Hillary was, it's not the original Hillary at all in so many ways. Now, when you auditioned, was that something you were expecting?
I had no idea.
Right.
I honestly didn't even really know what a reimagining meant. So I was like, I don't even look like the original Hillary. Why would y'all make me do this?
Right.
As an actor, you hear no like 94% of the time. 98, actually 98. And so I was like, y'all don't make me go over here and put my energy into this, knowing I don't look like that. They're going to say no. Can I audition for Ashley? Right. They were like, Ashley's 12 in this. Can you please put yourself on tape for Hillary? Have it done by the end of the day. I was like, okay. So I do it with my homegirl, and I didn't think anything of it. I did what I assumed they wanted, but I was like, very limited beliefs, very self-doubting. I was like, ain't no way. So anyway, moving on. Because I've learned to just be like, moving on,
Right.
I don't want to put my emotions in these things.
After all that you've been through, yeah.
And so I get a call from the director, and he basically is like explaining what he's really looking for. And he was like, I already looked you up. He was like, I know who you are. I know what you bring to the table. He was like, just be you. And I was like, huh? What does that mean? Like, I had never heard anyone tell me that for an audition for a role, for a TV show. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to try again. Like, now I'm like, I get a little excited, get a little hopeful in the job. And I'm like, oh, no. Anyway, so I try. I'm ready to do it again. And I'm like way more prepared, way more understanding of the assignment and what it's going to be like. Girl, they were like, actually, we'll use your first tape. We'll let you know. Thank you.
First tape?
Yes. Ooh. I was like, well, that was fun. I got a little hope. I got a little back into disappointment with that. Thank you so much. Woo. And I got a call the next week that I got the part.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just like that.
Yeah.
Did you start filming immediately?
I went to literal fittings the next week. Ooh. It was the fastest I had ever seen anything come about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, were you still working on your music at that time too?
Always.
Okay.
Yeah. I never stopped working on music. Even when I first was doing Disney Channel stuff, I was always working on music. I mean, I had made like my first little album. My mama printed it out on her computer. I don't know how she did that. But I was like, 11 years old with my little album, thinking I was eating it up. So yeah, always making music.
And
acting was just catching on.
Yeah, for the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had people at that time that would work with me for free.
Oh.
But also some of them would be other up and coming people, like other people that just want to make it too. Yeah.
Have any of them grown with you in this space? Like, who were you working with during that time?
I did have one guy that does a lot of great stuff, like now. And even then, Kevin Randolph, he was doing a lot of like stuff with Logic and other rappers and stuff like that. But he just believed in me, worked with me free, and he's popping. He's doing great stuff. He always has been, though.
That's beautiful. The transition, I mean, I don't even want to call it a transition anymore because you've been doing all of these things simultaneously and just growing in that space. It was never like a lane switch. In my mind, originally, I'm like, oh, child actor turned singer. Wow. Because sometimes it never really works out that way. Or like we see somebody on a show, especially if that is their first like introduction to you, Belair, say, and you come out with an EP and it's actually really good. Like, we don't see it that often where like it's playing on the radio, gold, #1, urban. So for me, just seeing it on paper and like living it too, in that sense, knowing all of this, different.
Yeah.
Very different. Changes the story, actually.
Yeah.
For me personally. Def Jam. How and when did that happen? As far as like while you were actually like, filming for the show and things of that nature.
Yes. So when I found out that I got the role of Hillary, I also was in talks with Def Jam and High Standards about, working together and starting that whole process. But it wasn't like a short thing yet. And I kind of thought like, oh, that'll take it over the edge. Like, now, they don't really want me. They didn't care about that. They were like, that has nothing to do with our job.
Right.
Like, we have a whole different job. But around that time, when I was starting to film, was when, everything got finalized and we really started working together as a partnership. And that was 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago that I started? 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when I tell you we got to it, I would film all day and at the studio all night so that we could have some solid options by the time the show came out, because that's when Caliber came out too.
Really? Now, so you were working on the project during that time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. And I also had hella songs even before I got signed because I was like, y'all got to hear this. Come on now. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted people to look at Hillary and then be like, who is this? And then look me up and then immediately see music. It was very important to me that people didn't think I was just an actor acting like a singer.
Yeah.
So I wanted something fire, something very believable, something really me to come out right when this great character was coming out. Because at the end of the day, two different things, Hillary and Coco Jones.
Yeah. Is that how you came up with the title for the EP?
Well, I guess I was more like, I want to tell people more about me, but I feel like, you know, they know me as characters and they know me as Let It Shine.
Right.
And so I'm like, I just want to tell them things that they don't know.
Right. I'm
And
grown.
so that just kind of came into the title of What I Didn't Tell You.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you give us some variation there too. Like you
Yeah.
give us Hot Girl, like
Yeah.
Don't Play With Her. You give us the Double Back.
Okay.
I hope you're not spinning the block on nobody. I don't believe in spinning the block. Double and black.
Well, I don't believe in it either, but sometimes.
I understand. Been there, done that. I don't know. I
Right.
think 30 changed that for me.
I
30
feel that
is a number right there.
So now you're saying you wouldn't spin the block no more.
Absolutely not.
You're very sure. That's a very sure answer.
It's a 30
never
answer.
say never.
Let me tell you something about 30. The day you turn 30, you just feel it.
Really?
Nope. Yep. The same day, same
Really?
hour. That's how crazy it is, right?
Really?
You just feel it. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it either. Yeah.
Not. Okay, Lord.
that deep.
Not really.
It is
well,
really
I'm
that
looking forward
deep.
to it.
Yeah. Take your time. Don't,
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
looking forward, but I ain't running over there.
Yeah. Don't run. Walk. So it's okay if you spin the block a little bit, but you so hot where it's like, can't.
Now that's what I feel. I'm like, back then they did want me, now I'm hot. They all on me.
Stop
Hell
it.
no.
Exactly.
Now that disgusts me.
Exactly.
If you didn't get it, got it. Good.
Right. If you didn't get it then, you're not going to really understand it now.
Right. But also double back is more, it's me that I'm the problem. That was kind of more of a situation where I wasn't sure where I wanted to be. So I was kind of being like double-minded and, you know,
but
like,
that's what I'm talking about too, though, because we are like that for a particular reason. But
That's
I don't
true.
want you to be like that.
That's true. But spinning the block is like you want that old thing back, but you know it ain't gonna work. Double
Right.
back, I was more like, how come I'm unsure here? Like I
Right.
like this, but then I want to go be outside, but then I want to be back over here. You know?
Right. Yeah.
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 Either way, it's all toxic.
Right.
Like, girl,
Exactly.
get out of there. Get out of there.
Right. But it's okay for where you are now. I get it.
Yeah.
25, you need some of that to have fun.
Right.
And you need the content.
And I need to learn about myself. Like I feel like every dating experience unlocks a puzzle piece
Right.
to what I want out of this whole rigmarole.
Experimenting. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
It's how you figure out what you like and what you don't like.
Yes, I really feel like that. I'm like, dang, I need to go on more dates so I can learn everything. So then I'll finally understand everything I want, and then he'll be there, the real one.
Yeah. That's really how it goes, though.
I know, so I'm trying to speed it up a little bit. Let me get out there, let me learn.
That's what I was told. I mean, it hasn't. I'm still,
It's on the way. Let's get positive words out there.
Thank
It's on
you.
the way.
It's on the way.
You'll see
Still
him
figuring it
soon.
out.
You'll see him soon.
He's on the other side of the door.
Amazon Express. He'll be here
Right.
soon. 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah, I like that.
No, girl,
I
we
love
gotta speak
that
positive.
energy.
Delulu. Keep it delulu.
We gotta
till
keep
it
it
comes
there.
true.
Oh, have you said that before?
No.
That's a bar, baby.
Don't nobody else steal that, I swear.
Keep it delulu till it comes true, baby.
Hold on, that eats really heavy.
It
That
does.
eats really bad.
That's the next caption. I'll let you do it first.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, there's proof right here that I coined it unless you edit that out.
Look. We're not editing anything.
Don't give me
out.
Hollywood energy.
And unpack that with me, Abel. It's a therapy session right here. We're keeping it all.
Okay, fair.
Now, number one, how does that feel? Did you know that this was going to be the one?
I think I didn't want to assume anything, but I knew I was going to get to number one somewhere, somehow.
Right.
But I think I just stopped focusing on the details of the how and how specific it needs to be and just focus on the overall bigger picture.
Right.
But it's crazy. It's crazy that I don't have to, edit these things into my vision board or anything. Like I can just screenshot the real things that are happening.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're living it.
Mm-hmm.
You are living proof. You still make vision boards? Or was that ever a thing for you?
I always would have like stuff on my lock screen that I wanted to see. Or right now, I'm really into, speaking more positive things, speaking things. I really
power
do
of the
feel
tongue
like,
is real.
Okay, death and life is in the power of the tongue. So I really try to be intentional with having a reminder to say great things about my life, about myself, about my family, about my health. That rhymed it a little bit. Yeah.
You a rapper on the low.
On the lowest of low keys. But please, rapper girls, don't come for me.
Please.
Please do not come for me. I will not show up. If you come for me, I will not go.
I'm going to sing something nice.
Okay. If you come for me, I'll sing to you.
Right. You have a lot of performances coming up, Made in America. You're going to be performing with Jenae Aiko, right?
Yes. I should be doing
Queen
that, yes.
Niger
yes.
is a queen? That's going to be really fun.
Yes.
How does it feel to now be grouped in with the R&B girls for real? Like, even when I play you on Shuffle, like not Shuffle, like, the playlist, I let Apple or Spotify do its thing. The girls are coming in the circle. I mean, I'm talking Summer Walker. I'm talking Jenae. I'm talking all the R&B girls.
Yeah.
Even the classics. And I love when you sing the classics, by the way. Brandy, come on. But how does it feel to be grouped in that? Is that what you've always wanted? Where it's like, this is where I'm at now.
Yes, it feels so rewarding.
Right.
Because for my whole life, everybody saw me as characters. Either Let It Shine and now Hillary. But now I'm really one of the R&B girls.
Yeah.
And that is not a role. It's really me. So it feels good to be acknowledged for not one of the characters that I've played on TV.
Yeah. When did you feel that officially, where somebody in the music industry like made you feel like, damn, I'm really that?
Well, Beyonce.
Oh, what did she say?
At the Rock Nation brunch, I was trying to figure out a way to introduce myself to her, and like so many people were just swarming her.
What were you thinking? Like,
I was thinking, I gotta get in there. If I walk away from this event and I don't say something, boy, oh boy, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Right.
And so I just had to figure out a way. So I was gonna try to sneak over there. I don't know what I was gonna do.
What was your opening line gonna be?
I was gonna be like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you. I think you're amazing. I'm Coco. I'm a singer. Da, 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 da.
Okay.
Thank you, whatever. Thank you for inspiring and doing what you do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Girl, she looks at me and turns to me and says, "I know you. You be singing your ass off."
Come on, nah.
That's Mal. Come on.
What do you even say after that?
I said, "Thank you so much. Thank you." And I said, "And you know who you are to all of us. So thank you."
You're telling Beyonce, thank you.
For complimenting me, for knowing me.
Right.
Thank you. She was like, "I'm proud of you. Keep going." I was like,
that's one thing.
I was going to keep going. But now that you said it, I'm going to really keep going.
Beyonce be tuned in.
Hello.
She is on the Twitter. She is on the Instagram. She knows exactly what's going on.
She does.
She does. And that's Coco Jones.
Period.
Yeah. Now, before we wrap, because we've been talking for a while, and I just know Jay over there looking at the I have a thing for when people put Bible verses in their Instagram bio or just anywhere. I like to look it up because, I want to know, like, what inspired you and why that particular verse.
Yeah.
Isaiah 26, verse 3. Why?
Peace.
Come on.
That's what I really learned everyone wants. Everyone's trying to either buy it or find it.
Right.
And I just think that over everything, I want that peace.
Yeah.
And so it's just a reminder.
That peace is where you always want to be.
Always.
What brings you peace now?
My family brings me peace. I think faith.
Oh.
Faith really brings me peace because there's a lot of, even now, different questions where I want different answers, different opportunities to be fearful and move in fear. And I've just learned that moving in fear is not gonna change anything.
Talk about it.
And it's not gonna stop the great things that God has for me. It'll just be super uncomfortable waiting it out. So I might as well have faith. It's not gonna change anything. And if what God has for me is still gonna be mine, I might as well enjoy the in-between time.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the uncertainty and learn from the storms, what they can teach me. So, yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Period.
You did it, girl. Unpack that with me and Belle, Coco Jones, the best. I had the best time with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We keep saying thank you. Back. Thank you.
Okay. We not finna do that with them. They like, don't start. It's giving very, you hang up. You hang No.
The hands on my, you don't gotta do it. I'll do it. It's
Go
my
ahead,
song.
girl. Have a blast.
Hands on my body. Please. I don't
The
need you
lean
to
back
sing
took
it.
me so bad.
I'm gonna sing it. It's my song.
Thank you,
Thank you, Coco.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yay.